starting off with inbound origination. When you get a, let's say an aggregate lead or lower my bills lead or any type of internet inquiry, typically what happens are these prospects, they're not expecting that right when they hit submit, their phone's gonna blow up. They're gonna receive multiple emails. And depending on the strength of your company, you're either gonna be the first lender to respond and connect with them, or you're gonna end up being the last. And I need you to have the empathy to understand this, because it's all about your positioning in terms of how you play this sales game. I've said it before that the sales game is a game of chess. It's not checkers, where I think a lot of our competitors are trying to play checkers. They're trying to one up the competition. They're trying to hop over the competition. Whereas if you identify the sales game as chess, it's really all about being proactive in positioning, and you're starting your engagement this way. Let me show you how. So the sales script, if you guys have not downloaded it, I strongly recommend that you go to salesremaster.com, go to the bottom of the website and request a free copy. Use your primary email address though. Don't use your work email, because your security filter is going to kick it back, or it's going to get quarantined. You're never going to get it. So use your primary personal email, the email that you get on your phone. And when you download a copy of the sales script, I share with you the reason why it's worded in that way is because it immediately puts you in a driver's seat. And if you're not in a driver's seat, then you're simply going to be driven by the prospect, and the prospect doesn't know where you guys are going. They're not going to know anything to do besides give you every single objection under the sun as to what they want, right? And so let me give you an example. When we go into a sales conversation, one of the most common questions that we do after introduction is, how can I help you today? And what that does is it ultimately puts them in control. And in a sales conversation, the one who's asking the questions is the one who's in control. And when we give them back the microphone by saying, how can I help you today? And we get caught off guard mysteriously, even though it happens every single time, when they answer, yeah, I'm just looking for your lowest rate, or I'm just looking for the lowest cost loan. The reason why this sets us up for failure is because our common response is, okay, well, what do you have now? Or what's your rate right now? And in a market just like the one we're in today, when we're in a higher rate market, if the second that we hear a lower rate than what's available on today's rate sheet is the second we start to go down this rabbit hole that puts us in a position where we're not going to sell, because our brains work mysteriously, right? Our brains work in a way where we want to go along the path of least resistance. And that sometimes means that when we hear the first objection of someone saying, oh, well, I got a 2.5% 15-year fix, or I got a 3.5 30-year fix, we're already trying to cancel out the noise and say, okay, this person's never going to buy. They're not going to like today's rate. And we lose our confidence in going into the engagement because we've already convinced ourselves that they're simply not going to buy, or they're not going to want whatever it is we're serving today. And something happens when your mindset is in that mode. Your tonality, your delivery, your demeanor changes. You start finding other things to do that are more important, and then you begin to rush the conversation. And I promise you this is true. One of the things that I do in my job is I have to listen to phone calls to help coach my loan officers. And fortunately, for the loan officers who are on my team who are watching, fortunately, I'm blessed to hustle alongside with the #1 team in the company. And I take pride in actually originating with them. So I'm in the trenches with them. I'm selling and originating loans. I'm closing loans. I'm doing this exact same process that I'm going to share with you and outline with you in this